Sky had planned this dream for years, but one nearby success proved that waiting was the failure. Morning light entered the family garage and revealed an old workbench buried beneath dust, sketches, measurements, and unfinished parts. Sky stood silently before the plans that now looked like evidence of years spent waiting. Every page contained a reason to delay. Some notes demanded more research, others warned that the timing was not perfect. A few listed problems that never happened. Together, they had turned one simple dream into something too heavy to begin. Sky had always believed that more preparation would create confidence. Instead, every new plan created another question, and every question became another excuse to postpone the first real step. Then a headline appeared on the phone. Someone nearby had launched a product based on an idea similar to Sky's. The project was not flawless, expensive, or grand. It was simple, useful, and already helping people. For a moment, disappointment filled the garage. Sky recognized the painful truth. The idea had not failed. It had remained trapped on paper while someone else had acted. Later that morning, Sky visited Jane, who was working in a modest space filled with tools, materials, and half-finished objects. Nothing around her looked perfect, yet everything showed movement. Jane explained that she had also felt afraid when she began. She had lacked experience, money, and certainty. But instead of waiting for the perfect plan, she completed one small task each day. She tested simple versions, listened to feedback, corrected mistakes, and tried again. Some attempts failed immediately. Others revealed better ideas. Each action taught her something that planning alone could never provide. Sky admitted that fear had hidden behind the language of preparation. The endless sketches were not always careful thinking. Sometimes they were a safe place where the dream could never be judged. Jane did not offer a dramatic speech. She asked Sky to choose one task that could be finished before sunset. Not the entire project, not the perfect product, just one real action. Sky returned to the garage and opened the door wide. Dust floated through the morning light as old boxes were moved, broken pieces were discarded, and the workbench appeared again. The first task was very small. Clean one section, select the simplest design, and prepare only the materials needed for a basic prototype. Once the surface was clear, the atmosphere changed. The garage no longer felt like a storage room for abandoned dreams. It began to feel like a place where something could happen. Sky measured the first piece carefully, made the first cut, and discovered that one measurement on the old plan was wrong. Years of studying had missed what 10 minutes of real work revealed. Instead of feeling defeated, Sky corrected the drawing and continued. The mistake was no longer proof of failure. It was useful information arriving at the right moment. Jane joined in the afternoon, bringing a few simple tools and steady encouragement. Working side by side, they tested each connection, adjusted the shape, and simplified parts that had once seemed complicated. The garage began echoing with the sounds of building, wood sliding across the bench, tools clicking, pencils marking fresh lines, and laughter breaking through the silence that had ruled the room. Not every step worked. One joint came loose, another piece was cut too short, a third version looked better on paper than it did in the hand, but each problem pointed toward a clearer solution. By late afternoon, the first finished object stood on the workbench. It was small and imperfect, yet it existed. Sky could touch it, test it, improve it, and learn from it. Holding the prototype created a kind of confidence that no notebook had ever produced. Sky understood that action does not wait for confidence. Action creates confidence. The fear that filled the garage did not disappear completely. It simply became quieter than the sound of progress. As sunset warmed the windows, Sky and Jane carried the prototype into the garden and examined it. They discussed what worked, what needed improvement, and what could be tested the next morning. For the first time, tomorrow's plan was not a collection of distant dreams. It was a short list of practical steps connected to something already real. They returned to the garage, cleaned the tools, labeled the materials, and prepared the workspace. Small acts of organization made the next day easier to begin. Before closing the door, Sky looked back at the workbench. The dusty plans were still there, but they no longer felt like chains. They had become guides that could change whenever experience revealed a better path. Walking home beneath the evening lights, Sky felt the weight of the wasted years begin to lift. One day of action had produced more learning than years of hesitation. The project was still at its beginning, and success was not guaranteed. Yet the journey had become real because the first step had been taken. That night, Sky wrote a new rule at the top of the notebook. Plan enough to move safely, then act soon enough to learn. Under the quiet moon, another truth became clear. Dreams do not grow through perfect intentions. They grow through small, brave actions repeated until possibility becomes reality today.